Today we're going to talk about how to search and duplicate your invoice that you've already entered. This would help for entering recurring payments to a vendor. So I've logged into ReQlogic already and I'm at the home screen. To do this, I'm going to click on the Invoices tab and then navigate down to the Search and Duplicate option. This provides me the search and duplicate window. It will already pre-fill in with your user ID. So if this is something that you've already done before, this is a good option. But if you're trying to search on another user's requisition or invoice that they've entered, you'll want to delete your user ID out. For purposes of this demo today, I have a document number that I'm going to search for. I'm going to fill that in and then hit the apply filter button. So here's my document. This is a pension invoice that I'm going to pay again. So rather than entering all this stuff all over again, I'm going to just review it by hitting the down caret, see the lines that are associated with it, the attachment. And to duplicate this, I'm just going to simply hit the copy icon over here. This document number was 15446. So when I hit copy, I'll be prompted to say, are you sure you want to duplicate the document? I'm going to click on yes. It'll bring me into the vendor invoice entry screen. As you can see, it gave me a new document number, and it provided me an error code saying some of the values are missing. Well, one of the values that are missing is the invoice number. Obviously, I don't want a duplicate invoice number, nor does GP allow you to enter in duplicate invoice numbers, so that's intentionally been left blank. I'm going to put in the new invoice number, and for this purposes, this is just a demo, so I've made up one. And then I'm going to navigate down here to the right-hand corner, bottom right, and where it says Paste from Clipboard, I'm going to click on that. And what it's going to do is going to prompt me and say that there was 2 line items that it had copied, and it wants to now paste those into the line items of this document since we've resolved the issue of the missing data. I'm going to click on OK, and it's going to copy in both of those line items from the previous invoice. So I need to now modify this before I submit it. The first thing I'm going to do is come over here to the attachments. I'm simply going to click on it, and I'm going to click on Update. I can provide it a new name, choose a new file. So in this case, I'm going to go out to my desktop, choose the file that I want, and then click on the upload icon. Now it's uploaded the new information. So obviously my match and my employee withholding for my retirement are not going to be the same. So I'm going to enter those by clicking on the pencil or edit those. And let's just say the match was 6,500 this period. And I'm going to save that. And the withholding was 7,500 or 75,000. And save that. So I've now entered in the new invoice number, associated a new attachment for the invoice that's associated with this invoice that I want for approval, and then modified the 2 line items. That is how easy it is to replicate a invoice or copy an invoice that you've already entered before. The final step would be to submit that invoice for approval through the chain. You may need to change the document department ID if this goes to a different department but was with the same vendor. But in this case, I'm done, and I could simply hit submit to submit it through the approval. I'm not going to do that since we're in the production system, but that concludes how to search and duplicate a previous vendor invoice in ReQlogic.